What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Larsa Pippen once again. I've spoken about her in previous videos, even recently, but I want to talk about this this new BS that's coming from her, and I call it BS because if it was true, she would have gotten herself away from Scotty a long time ago. But apparently, I came across this article that was sent to me. And this is from page 6, and it was from other various sites, but apparently she's a part of a new reality show, The Real Housewives of Miami. And of course, you can't go on that show unless you have some drama going on, or some ex-athlete or businessman, quote unquote, guy that they were in a relationship with or dating. Well, apparently she's talking about how she was traumatized by him and how he would punish her. Let me just say this. You know, Scottie Pippen went out of his way to make things comfortable for her, even after she humiliated him and embarrassed him for the world to see. And the fact that she did what she did to him, which is why he divorced her in the first place. He divorced her because she was cheating on him with Future. And by the way, speaking of Future, and why I feel like Larsa is one of the most delusional people out here, is that she talked about how Future was romantic. Now, this was an article from November of 2020, but this goes into her mindset. Into her mindset. You cheated on your husband, who you were married to and have children with Future, and you're talking about how romantic he is. I'm just giving y'all a bit of how delusional she is, her mindset, and how she cares more about competing with the younger women and being able to date rappers and athletes. That's where her mindset is. That's where her mindset is. Let's get into this article, page 6. According to Larsa Pippen, ex-husband and NBA legend Scottie Pippen had a habit of punishing her whenever he didn't get his way. Was this before or after you cheated with Future and publicly humiliated him? He actually tried to divorce you first, and you wanted to reconcile up until when you divorced him. I don't even know what's happening, Larsa, who's 47, said of her divorce while discussing the sore subject with Real Housewives of Miami co-star Alexia on Thursday's episode, going on to admit that she was kind of trying to force him to sell their Miami abode. This resulted in the former Chicago Bull, who's 56, demanding she send their daughter Sophia back to LA. I was traumatized, Larsa continued. If he doesn't get his way, he punishes me. He's like the Punisher. During a confessional, Larsa explained that her ex is used to controlling the narrative. Was he controlling the narrative when you've been publicly embarrassing him? And he's been taking the brunt of the embarrassment. Was that him controlling the narrative? Was that Scotty controlling the narrative? He took the brunt of me. She did too as well, but a lot of people clowned him. Even Future, in his own way, clowned Scottie Pippen. A lot of people were clowning him. What's the narrative? Is that he doesn't fight or speak up for himself? The only time that Scottie Pippen has had any smoke for anybody was when Michael Jordan did that documentary and Scottie Pippen felt some type of way. That is the only time we've seen Scottie Pippen go out of his way to respond and to stand up for himself. Scottie has never stood up for himself on the outside in regards to that relationship, which is very interesting that he wrote an entire book just to respond to the Last Dance documentary, because that's exactly what it was. And he had all these things to say about Michael Jordan and others, but your wife embarrassed and humiliated you publicly. You didn't write a book. As a matter of fact, years later, you were still living together while she was destroying a family of Malik Beasley, or helping to destroy it. Malik Beasley had a part to play in that too. But that's what Larsa was doing. And you allowed her to live with you up until recently. So if that's what you call punishing, you know, allowing you to go and screw some other dude and post yourself taking photos at the dude's house and entertaining guests, and him allowing you back, if that's punishing you, then I don't know if punishment is the word for it. This is like his last piece of control that he's got over me and the kids. He's only punishing me because I'm making him sell the house. Well, it's called a divorce, and you're not in a relationship together, so he doesn't feel like he should have to listen to you in those regards. I don't know the ins and outs of their business, but if he paid for the house, he doesn't have to sell the house. He doesn't have to. That's his house. He paid for it. The Pippens married in 1997 and finalized their divorce on December 15th of 2021 after 3 years of separation. They share children, Scottie Jr., Preston, Justin, and 14-year-old Sophia. So Scottie Jr. is 21, Preston is 20, Justin is 17, and Sophia is 14. So except for Sophia and Justin, the other two are adults. So there's probably the other two are, I believe, I don't know if the oldest two are still living in the house, but I can see where the situation with the 17-year-old and the 14-year-old is still there, but she doesn't care about that. She cares about herself. She cares about her brand and what she wants to do outside of that. Larsa insists that the NBA alum is purposely pushing all the buttons to let me know that he's still in charge, and because I'm doing whatever makes me happy. Yo, you've been doing whatever makes you happy for a while now. You know, and I think Scottie is very introverted. I think he's very passive aggressive, and maybe this is his way of getting back at you. But I mean, are we supposed to be angry at Scottie? Are we supposed to be outraged that he won't sell the house and give you your cut of the money, which is what it seems like it is? You know, she's thinking about herself. She didn't think about the kids. She was thinking about herself. Now, I'm not saying that she's a bad mother or that she doesn't care about her kids. I'm saying in regards to the house portion of it, I think that she's using that against them. Headlines of Larsa briefly dating married Minnesota Timberwolves player Malik Beasley, then flashed across the screen. So dating someone younger makes me happy. I'm doing it, Larsa continued, which leads me to believe that it's a jealousy problem. That jealousy is the underlying issue. I told y'all the delusion is real. The delusion is very real here. You know, I do think Scottie may have wanted it to work with her. That's why he reconciled with her and decided to stay with her, because I think he wanted it to work. But, you know, Scottie's like a lot of these guys these days. They are themselves, they sabotage their own happiness in order to keep women around. And unfortunately, a lot of these Western males, they tend to put everything into one woman, and then when it doesn't work out, they'll keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, and it doesn't work. I do think a part of Scottie still wants to be with Larsa. That's why he hasn't moved on. Scottie hasn't moved on yet because he still wants this woman. Scottie still wants this woman, and she for years has not wanted him. But I think that he still wants to be with her. That's why he hasn't gotten a new girlfriend publicly. There was a woman that he was apparently dealing with, and Larsa didn't. She wasn't the happiest about it. I'll just say that. She did, however, admit that just 5 years ago, she never would have contemplated divorce, as Scottie spoiled her to the point that she never settled for less from a future beau. I would expect so much, she said, of looking for someone new. I would expect a guy to do so much for me because that's what I've had. And if you're not going to do a whole bunch of things for me, then why would I want to be with you? I'd rather be alone. Well, I think you're gonna be alone. I don't think too many Scottie Pippens in their prime are gonna be offering to marry you, because I don't think that you're wife material anymore. Because if you want to be a wife, he would have made it work with Scottie. You wanted to be in the streets. Women are very emotional. Women think with their emotions and their feelings. When she felt like hooking up with Future, she did it. When she felt like getting with Malik Beasley, who was still married at the time, she did it. Women do things for emotional reasons. And she just does not find any reason to want to be in a relationship with Scottie. But I think that Scottie in his own mind wants it to work. I just think that that's where the delusion comes into play. I think that Scottie needs to understand that it's just never going to work out between them anymore, and just fully let it go. The fact that she divorced him and they were still living together, that showed me that how Scottie truly feels. I think he's still in love with her. If a woman divorces me after cheating on me, I will not have her living in my home. But Scottie's a different person. He's more angry with Michael Jordan's documentary that he felt like made him look bad than he is at the fact that his wife stepped out on him with a rapper who ended up still mocking him for that. I mean, this is where Scottie is. And there are guys like Scottie Pippen that will allow their wives to walk all over them and still be in love with her. So yes, if there's jealousy there, that's the jealousy, because he still wants to be with her. And all in the fact that they separated in 2018, and they just got a divorce in December. Alexia shared her thoughts on the split during her own confessional, saying that the mother of four needs to cut that umbilical cord. She just too close to Scottie, and the truth is no man that she ever dates is going to be okay with that. And I don't even think that's good for Larsa, because I think some part of her wants that stability, but there's another part of her that wants to be in these streets. There's a part of her that still wants to be in these streets. She wants to be able to go out there and be a wannabe Kim K, because that's who she was cool with. They had a falling out. She wants to be that influencer chick who can look good on social media, date rappers, date athletes, get flown out, right? That's the lifestyle she wants, but I think she still likes the stability that Scottie Pippen was able to give her for years. For years, Scottie was able to give her a stability that she got comfortable with, even to the point to where she's still living with this guy after divorcing him and dating other men while still living with Scottie. Oh my goodness, man. She going on dates and coming back home to the, that's love, man. But y'all let me know things in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like the video, share it, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care.